My daughter took my pension and disappeared. It's quiet here tonight. The house is still, the way it hasn't been in years. I'm sitting at the kitchen table, the one with the chipped edge from all those family dinners long ago. There's a cup of tea in front of me, gone cold hours ago. I haven't touched it. My hands are folded in my lap, just staring at the envelope on the table, the bank statement that came today. The numbers don't lie. 0. Nothing left. Not a single dollar from the pension I've worked my whole life for, the one that was supposed to see me through these later years. Gone. All of it. And she's gone too. My Emily. My only daughter. The one I rocked to sleep, the one I sacrificed everything for. She took it all and disappeared. No note, no call, no goodbye. Just silence. I keep thinking, how did I not see it coming? How does a mother miss something like that in her own child? If you're listening tonight, maybe you're a mother like me. Maybe you've given and given until there's nothing left to give. Maybe you've felt that quiet ache in your chest when you realize you're alone in a house full of memories. Let me take you back. Let me tell you how it all began so many years ago when life felt full of promise. I was born in a small town in the Midwest back in the late 1950s. My name is Mae. My parents were simple folks. Dad worked at the factory, Mom stayed home with us kids. There were 4 of us, but I was the oldest girl, so a lot fell on me. Helping with meals, watching the little ones, learning early how to stretch a dollar. I met Robert, my husband, at 17. He was 20, working at the local garage, with that easy smile that made my heart flip. We married young like so many did back then. I was 19 when Emily came along. Oh, she was beautiful. Tiny fingers, big blue eyes just like her father's. Holding her for the first time. It changed everything. I knew right then I'd do anything for her. Robert and I rented a little house on the edge of town. He fixed cars, I waitressed at the diner. Money was tight, but we made it work. Then came the boys, 2 sons 3 years apart. The house got louder, fuller. Diapers, school plays, scraped knees. I loved it all. Being a mother. It was my whole world. But life has a way of shifting under your feet when you least expect it. Robert got sick when the kids were still young. Cancer. It came fast. Doctor's bills, nights sitting by his bed holding his hand. He fought hard, but he was gone by 45. I was 39. Suddenly it was just me and the 3 kids. Emily was 20 then, the boys teenagers. I kept working 2 jobs sometimes. Cleaning houses in the mornings, still at the diner evenings. The pension from Robert's job helped a little, and later my own from years of service. It wasn't much, but it was something. A safety net. Emily. She was always the sensitive one. Artistic, dreamy. She struggled after her dad passed. Dropped out of college, moved back home for a while. I didn't mind. How could I? She was my girl. She met Mark a few years later. Nice enough fellow, worked in sales. They married quick, had little Sophie, my granddaughter. Oh, that child brought light back into my days. Chubby cheeks, giggles that filled the house. But things started changing slowly. Little things at first. Emily asking for loans. Just until payday, Mom. I give it, of course. What mother wouldn't? I helped with Sophie when they needed. Babysitting, picking her up from school. Mark traveled a lot for work. Emily said she was overwhelmed. I moved in for a bit to help. Then it became longer. The boys moved out. One to the city for a job, the other joined the service. It was just me, Emily, Mark, and Sophie in the house. My house, the one Robert and I bought with our savings. I didn't see the signs. Or maybe I didn't want to. Tonight, sitting here with this empty bank statement, I wonder, was I too trusting? Too blind because she was my daughter? If you've ever felt that pull, the need to give everything to your children even when it hurts you, then maybe you'll understand. Let me go back further to those early days when everything seemed possible. Those first years after Robert passed were hard, but we managed. I remember waking up at dawn, making coffee, packing lunches for the boys before school. Emily would come downstairs, hair tousled, wrapping her arms around me from behind. "Morning, Mom," she'd say, voice soft. I'd smile, hand her a mug. "Sleep okay, honey?" We'd sit at that same kitchen table, talking about nothing and everything. Her dreams of being an artist, maybe opening a little shop one day. I encouraged her. Always. The boys, Thomas and Jacob, were rowdier, wrestling in the living room, arguing over the TV. But they adored their sister. Protected her. Neighbors would stop by. Mrs. Harlan next door with a casserole, or old Mr. Jenkins offering to mow the lawn. Community meant something back then. I took extra shifts at the diner. Tips were good on weekends. Saved what I could. The pension checks started coming small but steady. I put them straight into the account for emergencies for the kids' futures. Emily dated a bit, nothing serious. Then Mark came along. Tall, charming. He swept her off her feet. Wedding was small in the backyard. I wore the blue dress Robert loved. Sophie arrived 2 years later. I was there in the delivery room, holding Emily's hand as she pushed. That cry. Purest sound in the world. Mark got promoted, more travel. Emily stayed home with the baby. It's too much, Mom, she'd say over the phone. Can you come help? Of course I did. Drove over with groceries, stayed the night. Then weekends. Soon their apartment felt cramped. Why don't you move in with me? I suggested. More space and I can help with Sophie. They agreed. It made sense. My house was paid off, rooms empty since the boys left. Daily life settled into a rhythm. I'd wake early, make breakfast, pancakes for Sophie, eggs for the adults. Drop Sophie at preschool, clean the house, do laundry. Emily would paint in the spare room sometimes or scroll on her phone. Mark came and went. Thanks for everything, May, he'd say, kissing my cheek. Evenings we'd eat together. Sophie on my lap, chattering about her day. Those moments. They warmed me from the inside. But there were hints, small ones. Emily complaining about money. Mark's job isn't as steady as we thought. Asking if I could cover a bill, just this once. I transfer from my savings. Family helps family, I'd tell myself. Sophie started calling me Nana May. We'd bake cookies, read stories. She was my joy. The boys visited when they could. Thomas brought his girlfriend once, sweet girl. Jacob sent postcards from overseas. I felt content. Tired but content. Sacrifices of a mother, right? Loneliness crept in quietly. Nights when everyone was asleep, I'd sit on the porch, remembering Robert. How we'd plan our retirement, maybe travel a little. But with family around, how could I be lonely? Emily started talking about needing space. We should get our own place again, Mom. But deposits are so high. I offered to help. Again. Financial stress built slowly. Unexpected car repairs, medical bills for Sophie's ear infections. My pension covered a lot. I added Emily to my bank account. For emergencies, I said. So you can grab cash if needed when I'm at work. She hugged me tight. You're the best, Mom. Little disrespects. Mark leaving messes, Emily snapping when tired. I brushed it off. They were stressed. Sophie growing fast, school plays, dance classes. I paid for those too. Seeds of something uneasy planted, but I didn't notice. Not yet. Life felt full. Or so I thought. Just before everything started cracking. The cracks started small, like hairlines in old plaster. One evening I came home from the grocery store, still working part-time at the diner for extra, and found Emily crying in the kitchen. What's wrong, honey? She wiped her eyes. Mark lost his job. They downsized. My heart sank. Oh, sweetheart. We'll figure it out. We did, or I did. Dip deeper into savings for rent on a storage unit they needed. For Mark's interview close. Mark found work again but lower pay. More travel. Emily seemed distant. Snapping at Sophie, then apologizing profusely. One night, argument echoed from their room. You're never here. Emily shouted. I have to work. Mark yelled back. I knocked softly. Everything okay? Silence. Then Emily. Fine, Mom. Go to bed. I lay awake worrying. Then the requests grew. Mom, can you loan us $500 for car insurance? Transferred. Then $1,000 for unexpected taxes. I hesitated that time. Emily, my pension isn't endless. Just temporary. We'll pay back. Okay. Sophie confided once, whispering. Mommy and Daddy fight about money. Breaks my heart. I got sick, flu turned bad, hospital stay. Bills piled. Emily handled accounts while I recovered. Don't worry, Mom. I got it. Grateful. But recovering, I noticed statements odd. Withdrawals I didn't recall. Asked Emily. Oh, that was for your meds. And groceries. Seemed reasonable. Then bigger hurt, my birthday. Planned small dinner. Bought ingredients myself. Day came they forgot. Mark out town Emily had headache. Sophie at friends. Sat alone with cake I baked. Called boys they sent cards but far away. Loneliness hit hard. Another scene. Sophie needed braces. Expensive. I offered pension money. Emily hugged me. You're saving us, Mom. But later overheard Emily on phone. Yeah, Mom's paying. Easy. Stung. But maybe misheard? Turning point neared when I found credit card in my name. High balance. Emily? This card. She pale. Oh, emergency. For Sophie's school trip. I'll pay it. But didn't. Confronted Mark. He shrugged. Talked to Emily. Fight brewed. One night big argument. Emily wanted move out, new apartment. But money. You can help with deposit, right? And maybe co-sign. I said no. First time. Silence cold. You're selfish, Mom. After all we've done. I thought. Hurt deep. Health scare, heart palpitations. Doctor said stress. Alone in exam room cried. Called Emily, no answer. That night she apologized. Sorry, Mom. Love you. Hugged. Forgave. But then the big one approaching. Major turning bank called. Overdraft. Checked online large transfers to unknown account. Emily's name on some. Confronted. She denied at first. Then tears. It was Mark. Gambling debt. He forced me. Believed her. But deeper look, her signature, her accesses. Truth dawning, painful. Breaking point near. And that's when I knew something was truly wrong. Pause here, dear listener. Just for a moment. Have you ever felt like a stranger in your own home? Like the walls remember you but the people inside don't? Have you given and given to your children, only to wonder if they see you as a person or just a source? Would you forgive a child who hurt you this deeply? Who took not just money but trust? Have you ever sat alone on a birthday, wondering where the years went? Or felt invisible, even surrounded by family? And tell me, have you learned to put yourself first even when it feels selfish? I wonder about these things late at night. Many of you write to me your stories of sacrifice, of quiet pain. One woman shared how her son took her savings for his business, left her struggling. Another, ignored by daughters after years of caregiving. It shakes the soul, doesn't it? But here's a small truth I've learned. We teach people how to treat us. By always saying yes, we sometimes teach them we don't matter. It's okay to say no. It's okay to protect your heart, your peace. You're worthy of love that doesn't demand everything. If this resonates, leave your story below. You're not alone. So many women carry this weight. We heal together, sharing these truths. Now, let me continue. The hardest part was yet to come. Every mother who poured her life into her children knows this ache. When gratitude turns to taking, that moment you realize your sacrifices were seen as expectations, it changes you forever. The deepest betrayal isn't from strangers. It's from the ones you cradled in your arms. Have you ever looked at your child and seen a stranger? That's the quietest pain. Women like us. We give until empty, then wonder why no one notices we're gone. In the silence after they leave, you hear your own heart asking, was I enough? That day I opened the empty account. I understood I had been living as a guest in my own life. Forgiving a child who broke you. It's not weakness. It's the hardest strength. The day it all shattered, I confronted Emily directly. Showed her the statements. First denial. Tears. Mom, it wasn't me. Mark. But evidence clear. She broke. Confessed. Mark's debt's huge. Gambling, bad investments. They plan take money, start over somewhere new. With Sophie. I whispered. She nodded. Fresh start. My world crumbled. How could you? I'm sorry. Desperate. Police involved. Considered. But granddaughter. They left that night. Packed quietly while I sat numb. No goodbye. House empty. Echoing. Months passed. Alone truly. Struggled financially, applied aid, part-time work. Boys came when learned. Angry at sister. Supported me. Slowly rebuilt. Learned independence. Joined senior group, made friends. Took painting class, something for me. Emily called once, year later. From unknown number. Mom? We need help. I listened. Then said softly. No. Hung up. Not hate. Boundaries. What I learned. Motherhood beautiful but not martyrdom. We deserve self-love too. Aging doesn't mean invisible. To women listening feeling tired, unloved, you matter. Your sacrifice is seen even if not by them. Find joy in small things.
Teaonport.
Friends call. Own company. Strength in letting go. Hope remains. For peace if not reconciliation. Remember, you are enough. Always were. Give yourself the love you gave others. That's the lesson this old heart holds now.